Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. I believe we are up and live here, and we're going to be talking SoFi and what all is going on in the world of SoFi. It is extremely nice to see here what's going on in our announcements today. Let's go down here and make sure that we are where we should be on YouTube and that we're live streaming. We'll click done, and we should be up and running. And moderation, okay, close that. Thank you. And we now have a chat board up. And thanks for coming by. Hey, fellow Soflies. Um, keep keep the conversation fun, and no name calling will be allowed. All views are welcome. And here we go. All right, enter, and here we are. We're up and running, and I just want to post this up here and let everybody know. Welcome here. And what we got going on is we got a little bottom feeding time. So Catfish Tyler decided to come up with a live stream right now, and let's get over here and let's get to my OBS program and get this down a little bit, like so. And then we're going to pull up our display capture right up underneath me. And there we go. And then we'll be able to show you what all we got here for you to see about SoFi that is happening in the world, and why we had some good news today. And we've got several good companies now. That Motley Fool that has at one time been kind of negative on SoFi turned their wagon around and come in our direction and jumped on board. Apparently, says forget student loans. There are a number of other reasons why to get SoFi. So, and there are, and there. One of them was the announcements that were made today by SoFi regarding their interest rates. Now, I happened to catch up that news because I was looking at another person who is on here on YouTube, and that person is Trading Fundamentals podcast. But Trading Fundamentals, that gentleman there knows his stuff and was showing some very good, enlightening information. So I suggest you go over and check out his latest post, Trading Fundamentals podcast or Trading Fundamentals, and you will see what that person has going on. Let me see over here. Now I am going to try to uh, get over here off of this video I just posted back to my main videos and get over here to my analytics. And we can hopefully see that I want to thank all of you people who have been over here to my channel, who have subscribed. I am not a financial advisor. I am just a person who has different viewpoints, looks at charts. I study charts. And so as you can see, I've climbed up to 590 subscribers from about 330 a month or so ago, month and a half. Most of those subscribers are people who are interested in SoFi, but they come from all walks because I do videos of all types on this channel. I do my financial videos where I'm giving helpful tips I hope that you'll find. And if you do, please give me the thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. And also, I give videos on how to do things the easier way in life, and one of the things like here, you can see I have the cheapest gas in Michigan that has 1.2 thousand views in just a day or so, and I put up all kinds of stuff like a pit bull climbing a tree here, and interesting, wacky stuff that's all over the place. But that's another part of my channel here that you might want to dabble into, as well as the music portion of it, and go to my playlist. And if you go to my playlist, you will see that I have over 120 songs here on my playlist that are my originals, and hopefully you like original music. So let's see if we got anybody over here joining us right now. We don't see anybody here yet. We have an average time during innovation. Let's see here. Yep, it looks as though we are up and running. So I'm just going to hang out here while I look at the price go up on SoFi. And maybe we'll have some people come on over here and who have clicked notification bells will be told that I'm up and running, because I am Catfish Tyler. When I first came on and wanted to start this, the price was of SoFi was at 901. As you can see, it's already bounced off that number. I was definitely purchasing at that point in time, no question about it, because it's not a question of if, but when they're going to come at this SoFi stock. And so you can count on it daily. Today, the time happened to be that they wanted to come at it was right here at 11:30. If you go back to the 5-day chart on SoFi, you'll see that yesterday they decided to come at it at what time? 10:30. And note here on this chart, it's kind of interesting, 5-day chart here, that if you look over here, they're showing yesterday's high at what was the price I just was showing you right there? 913. That's what they're showing yesterday's high. We go over here to historical data to see what yesterday's high really was. Well, yesterday's high was not 913, ladies and gentlemen. It was $9.20, as can clearly be seen here. But this is just one of the many things I like to point out about this stock, how oftentimes they're portrayed to not achieve numbers that they do achieve when you look at some of these charts. And even today, if you were to look at the chart and see the high, you're seeing 919 there, but go over here and you see the day's range at $9.38. But then again, we're looking at the 5-day chart. If we come over to the 1-day, what are they going to show you there? Achieved, in fact, I'm not sure when that was. Might be able to tell more by going into the interactive. It might have been in the pre-market. But at any rate, hopefully you're up here with me. We got anybody joining us yet? Nope, nobody's come aboard. But I'm still going to record this because people will watch this later on, I do believe. And as I always said, I'm here to try to catch the bottom. You can see now the price is at 909 and it is rising. So it looks very promising to continue to go on up. And part of the reason that I do come on for these live streams is because I want people to come over here and take a look at what's going on with the charts and see why I decided to come in when I did. So if we go into this interactive chart, you can see that what I was looking for the bottom here was somewhere in the past. So I came across here and I said, well, where was the last real resistance and a move? And it was right here at this point where I decided we might see the bottom again. So that's why today I started buying when it hit that $9 figure, 901. Now at 909, and hope some others of you might have joined in with me. And it looks like we might have someone who is here with us right now. So welcome aboard if you're listening and watching. And what I'm going to be showing you today is going to be some interesting things about these stocks. Someone had mentioned that I follow this stock here in DM, so I'm just looking at it, show you it a little bit too today for one of my other subscribers who asked me to take a look at this stock. And as you can see, if we take a look at the 1-month chart on it, it has some real nice growth here. And you can see that there's it's pretty steady, slow, low volume here for a little bit, but then it started to pick up and it's been picking up, as you can see here. So it's interesting to keep an eye on. I did look at this, I did some analysis on it, and I wasn't overly convinced, but it does have a few, for holders, it does have a few institutional holders, which is good. And if you want to take a look at this, I'll just show it to you real quick. Get over here to the analysis. And you can see over here what I was looking at. And they don't really have a lot here. There's not anything on this page. So you have to get off of analysis and go to statistics to get at something on this, gather a little information. So here we go, statistics. And you can see right here, one of the things about them is that even though they're kind of a small company, I guess, they have a lot of shares, 253 million, and that's pretty high to me. And you can see here, held by insiders is virtually none. The same could be said really for SoFi actually, because the inside ownership there is mostly by the owner, CEO, and but he does have 65 million shares, 6.5 million shares. I apologize for that. Never want to try to mislead anyone or put out any false information. But again, you can see here held by institutions. There is a percentage there of 30% of those. So there is some good institutional holdings here. And so that's one thing of encouragement. But when you look over here, their total debt and their total cash, yeah, operating cash flows at 98 million negative, but you can see where they're at. Their total debt to equity is, all this looks fairly decent. So I'm showing it to you for your consideration. You can see it's the continuing decline today, and but we're not going to stay here on this too much longer. But yeah, that chart looks pretty good. The volume is moderate on it. It's never very heavy volume on this stock, but yeah, something to keep an eye on possibly for you. as well as this Sofi. So right now, yeah, look at it already at 911 after we were just at 901. So this is a very strong move off the bottom. You can see right there. I'm very encouraged by what I'm seeing on this. I'm encouraged by the volume, which is remaining very steady. It just keeps coming. Like I always say, these little buys that the retail buyers just keep pouring in on this. And so anyway, let's get back over here and make sure. Hey, everybody. Hey, welcome, Chris. All right. I'm glad to see you've made it in here and making some money with us today. Soflies are going to be flying high, it looks like, as it climbs right on out of that $9.01 low. And I want to point out to you that might be looking, if you go to the historical data, that something is very encouraging as well. Is look at here since July the 7th. Look at here, July 6th, we had a high of 826, a 4-cent increase. Then look at this. That's a nice little pop, a 42-cent pop. And then here, look at here, a 52-cent pop. And then from 928 to 930, an 18-cent. And we're not done yet for today, in my opinion, not at all. This looks very strong for a move here right during the lunchtime, mid-lunchtime. And I want to point out another thing about looking at these charts. If you look at this 5-day chart, take a look at yesterday. What time right here? You can see they're showing the high again of 913. How coincidental? Well, actually, they're showing a little bit more there. But again, I already pointed out the high yesterday was not that figure. It was higher than that. They're not going to indicate this on this chart. But what I want you to be aware of is to look at what the high was, and that was 920. Okay, so we're on the interactive chart here. But what time was it yesterday? See down here at the bottom, the little black, that 1040 or 1030, 1030 happens, the algorithm kicks in, and at 1030 basically on the button, right on down. Well, what happened today at 1030? Well, here's 1030 right here, right there, and look at the difference, what the difference the day makes. All right, and I want you to see also this is a very slow, low, long, drug out attack down coming down. Look at that very acute, sharp drop in comparison to the angle right there that we just saw. But notice that the fall was not what we just saw from here to here, which is comparable. See this comparison? Boom to boom. See this one? Boom to boom. All right. But look at that last one. It was way down here. It was almost 2.5 times the drop. And this time we just saw that. So are you with me? So this shows, again, strength. We are at now 914, 13 cents up from where I got in here just a little bit ago and why I decided to come up right now. So welcome, everybody else who's here. Yeah, I bet it pops at the end of the day. I agree, Chris. I think it will. And that's why I came on, because I came on when I saw it was under attack, as I always do. And that was when the price was at 901. And I was trying to tell everybody, hey, you better be tuning in here and watching, and I hope those others that have the bell clicked will get the notification. Come on over here and check it out, what we got going on. But as you can see right now, we definitely have some exciting looking chart, and it's very, very promising. 915 now. I tell you, folks, yes, indeed. And another reason that I decided to come back is because I've already said this in the past. I want to be running live when this thing explodes. I want to be online. This is why I thought it was possible even today. There's been some great news out from Sofi about their interest rates on their savings. They're going to be providing higher interest for you to earn on your savings accounts than others, and this will be drawing a lot more of deposits, I do believe, into their account. Now, I do suggest again that you check out over here, and I'm going to go back to my library because I want to see where this gentleman is that's talking about this, that you really need to tune into because it's important. So your channel, we'll go over here, and we're going to go to my library where I have been looking, and we are hopefully going to do that. Let's see here, and click on, there we go, library. And we're going to see right here, gentlemen, right here. This is it. This gentleman right here, please come over. I've asked him
fully in house
he's
from
never
a core
responded to me, but listen, this gentleman right here Fundamentals of Investing podcast. Okay. And you are going to be educated by this gentleman if you come over here and look at this. Sofi, big changes coming soon. I'm telling you about it because I tuned into what he had to say, and it's this guy really does his, you know what he's talking about, and you're going to love this. So get on over here and check this out. This person has way more subscribers than me, 5.8 thousand subscribers. You can see 187 thumbs up on his video that was posted just 14 hours ago. So, you know, he's far beyond me in the scope of looking at the bigger picture, but this is why I'm showing it to you because I think it's valuable information. And if you find this information helpful, then get on over there. Yeah, absolutely, Chris. You're welcome. Thank you for your comments. Chris has chimed in, said he was here first, then go SoFi, and he's saying that he bet it pops at the end of the day, and also thanks for your great coverage. So, well, no problem at all. I'm very glad to be here and able to show people when I think the bottoms have been hit, and that was when I came on, and you can see where it was, and you can see where it is, and you can see this volume, and you can see that this is a day trader's dream come true, this stock. I've been telling people already that you can just wait on it daily, get in with, you know, buy 100 shares, buy 500 shares, buy 1,000 shares. I don't know how much money you got, but boy, I try, if you can trade that daily, you're going to be doing very well because these swings that we're starting to see, if you look at these swings, notice here the difference in these highs and lows. So you're starting to see right here, you know, a 68-cent swing. That's nothing to laugh about, right? And here, you know, these swings are going to continue. And I've already said this to folks. You're going to see these swings becoming more and more extreme. And what I mean by that is that we're going to start seeing $1 swings and then $1.50 and then two. And in these at some point, I do honestly believe that when this really starts to unwind, that we're going to see dollar swings within minutes, 30 minutes or so, because I think it really will start to get volatile. I was holding on to several stocks which have done this in the past. Neo was one of them at one time, which was moving up and down $1.50 to $2 about every 10 to 30 minutes. It was insane, and it was going right on up. It just continued to climb under those conditions. But day traders were just killing it, and the same thing can be said for this SoFi. If you're a day trader right now, because and I am, I tell people, you know, I do hold a core position. Even when I bought this morning, I think I bought a couple hundred. I'll keep 50 of those in my core, and I'll trade the other. You know, so I didn't go real heavy today, but I think that we're going to really see a continued increase in the price moving up this afternoon on this good news. So again, I hope you'll get over here, check this gentleman out. I don't know what. Hey, Tevis, that's his name, Tevis. So yeah, I think you'll really appreciate that. You'll get over here and make sure you click on his like button here, and you know, and make sure you subscribe if you're not. I'm already subscribed to this, as you can see, and but I also recommend Stock Goat, which is very informative. Stock Goat is another one that I like to check out. And let's see if we can find him here. SDOCK. Yep, and then SoFi, because he monitors SoFi as well. And this is another gentleman right here. Yeah, definitely get on over here. And boy, and as he's saying here 3 days ago, 22 days. So now we're 19 days away from earnings, and I think you'll enjoy what this guy has to say as well. So make sure you get on over there, check out what they got going on, because those guys are both smart individuals who are and see the big picture like I do, and are not worried about the little swings up and down daily. But I'm really enjoying it. I think this is a great opportunity for folks to be making a lot of money off of this stock. And going back over to SoFi's video, let's go over to that. Let's get over here, take this off, and put in SoFi ad. Let's see how it's doing from let's see, 16 million views now. 2 weeks ago, I showed these other ones 11 million a year ago. So just look at the advertisement here that is just continuing to be incredible. And yeah, I really am. I'm very, very pleased to see that. And anyway, so right now, yeah, doesn't that look impressive, folks? That is a sure sign of strength. If we get in here, and I'm going to do this too, we'll go over to the charts because I love to get into charts. You know how much I enjoy charts, so I'm going to show you here. We're going to get back over here Oh my goodness gracious. That is just phenomenal. Ever since that triple upside crossover here, and look at this attempt here to yank it down behind the 200 day, below the 200. Zooming in here so you know what I got going on. I'm going to pull in real tight here. You can see that this, I've got my daily averages up here across the top. All right. So the green one you see is my 200 right there, green 200. My purple is a 10-day moving average. The gold one is a 50-day. The blue one is a 45-day. I double up these two to make them stronger on the chart where they're more visible. But boy, howdy, look what just happened just now when it was an effort to take this down below that 200-day. That didn't last long. And there's a lot of other big fish that said, yeah, I'll gobble up that when it's down here at the bottom. And Catfish Tyler did. And hopefully some of you, some others of you did. And yeah, I was filling away there, and it was sweet, man. You can tell because it gets to a certain point where it just won't go any further. It just won't drop anymore. And today, to see that resistance at $9, oh man, that's the KOD, the cod, and that is the kiss of death if you happen to be shorting this stock, because that resistance at that level and that support was so major. And you can see it just continues to climb because, as I always pointed out, and I like to show, there's 200 shares there. It's the smaller retail buyers who just continue to pour in on this stock. Every opportunity they get to get it at a dip, they do. They come in strong today. And again, let's do another comparison here. Let's get to this. I like to do the 3 month chart because I want to look at the 45-day. Oh my goodness gracious. And folks, if you were back looking at these charts just a week ago with me, this gap was here. That's where it was a week ago. Let's show in 7-6 and we're at what? Yeah. So we're 6 days away. And then this is where we were. Look at this, folks. Wow, that is just, I tell you, it's exciting. I feel so good about it. I just go and ring that bell because, boy, howdy, I'm not the only one that can see that chart. Let's go on here a little bit further. Let's go to this 1 year. We'll just do 6 months. I'm going to see what that thing's doing on it. Ah, ooh. Okay. You want to have some fun? I'll show you some fun stuff. You can come up here to the top, right here on this thing here. And let's see, before I get into this, I'll make sure and see if anybody else. Hey, we got 4 viewers. Thank you. Thank you for coming over and checking out what I'm showing you, folks. You don't have to say anything if you don't want to. You can be incognito. But if you want to join over here, Chris and I, and say things and make comments, I welcome you to. What I'm going to show you now, though, this is some fun stuff here. We're going to get in on these charts. And yeah, oh yeah. Because what I want to show you is drawing some lines, okay? So what you can do here, over here, you have a little candle or a crayon or whatever that is, marker, and you can click it, and it lets you make lines, which I like to do. So we're going to come over here, and what we're going to do is we're going to click on some of these lines where the lows were. So let's go right down here. And we're doing daily charts. These are, as you can see, this goes all the way back to April. And then down here, we're into May. This is right after the earnings, and that went down 20% after they beat the street for the 8th time in a row. And then the earning down 20%. Then it came up back up to the 15th. And then on the 15th, you had the Wedbush downgrade to $2.50, staggering drop down here. Then it went right on up. 1023, I think, was the high that it hit. Right about in this range. They're not showing it over on the right. But anyway, it did hit 1023. I know that for a fact. And then it's had the downgrades and then upgrades and downgrades and upgrades. But right here at this stage of the game, just take a look at that. Look at that incredible gapping away of the 45 from the 50-day. And I already told you it's one of my favorite times. But this is why I want to draw you the lines, because I've got my crayon selected up here now. And I'm going to show you how to draw the lines. So start here at the bottom, get down here, make sure I'm at the very bottom. It was right there. And I missed it, but we can still move it once we place it here. There you go. So there's the angle of the increase. All right, boom. And now we're going to take a look at this one here. Boop. And then the angle of the increase when it got to the high. Boop. All right. So as we're moving along here, you can see the angle of this increase of this climb was pretty good. Then the pitch was a little bit lighter here. But then we get here and we start to see the angle of the increase sharpening. And then again here, we click on this low and we see the angle of the increase sharpening, and we click on this one and we click there. Are you starting to, oop, and I missed that one a little bit there. But anyway, if you right click over these, they will disappear. So you can start over, click on this one, and then you can go up to that. All right. So why I'm showing you this is that as this price is rising on this monthly chart, you can see that each time that it starts to make its a move upwards, that this angle is getting sharper and sharper. It's flat, it sharpens out a little, sharpen more, sharper, more acute, up. You see that? The pitch. Okay, so this is why I'm pointing this out to you. You can do this on a not just the long-term 6-month chart, but once you put these lines on, they're going to stay if you move over to the 5-day and others. So I go ahead once I put them on and I right click over them and I take them right back off. But those are some good little indicators for you. I hope you find that helpful information right there. Let's go over here and do it on the 5-day. So, all right, why not? All right, so here we go. We can see, boop. And I'm just going to go to these points here. And then from there up to there, and there, out to, well, really kind of come up there. Yes. And let's move this over some. And that one's going to be there. Okay, so actually we're seeing yeah, some fairly parallel lines here together, but this is definitely a more acute angle than this one here, the last one. So you see the climb is happening at a higher angle than this last increase. All right. These are the things that I look at on these charts when I'm looking at them, and this gives me an indication of the trends. Okay. So hopefully that this again you'll find this helpful. I'm going to remove all these lines now so we don't have them muddling things up, and that you find that helpful. I hope you do. All right. So now we're going to go over here. Oh, by the way, how did I get all these lines and these colors? Some people might want to know, so I'll show you real quick. Over here, you can see the indicators, and look at this price. It's so beautiful. Indicators here. You can see the moving averages. You can click on the moving average, and then it'll let you change. My 10-day is purple, so I can change it to 10. Click on here, and then I just come down here and I click on purple. Boop, like that, and I hit save, and that's my 10-day. And then I've got a purple 10-day line there now. And so that's what you do. Then you come back over for the indicators again. You click on moving average. You change it to your, and I'm using 50-day is green. So I click on this and I can make it green like that. Actually, that's my 200-day. My 50 is gold. I apologize. So anyway, but that's how you do these things. That's how you change them. That's how you make them what you make them, and you hit save, and then boom, and then there you go. So that's how you make these. And what I am looking at as I zoom in here on this a little bit shorter term, the 5-day, is I am looking here to look at this 45-day and 50-day because this is my true trend indicator. And as you can see, they started to come closer together there. But now you can see my 10-day gapping. It's starting to make a move up and over possibly here. And that's on the 5-day chart, which is a longer term. And so we could see some resistance here. But let's get over to the 1-day. Oh, yeah. So we're going to do it again here. Look at this. This looks very, very impressive. And what I'm liking is that on these moves that we saw up, let's get over here. There we go. We can get to the time of day better here. So from this morning, yeah, uh, these moves, these swings here, you can see the price over here at 909 in the little black box. Okay. And then you can see price went up to 923. So that's a 14-cent move. Down here again, came to the same low pretty much, close, 910, and then it came up again, 922. Wow. Then we got 910. What do you know? 920. A little tiny pullback and then doop, 922. And this scares them here because they're starting to see this stair stepping upwards and upwards and zhoosh, right here at noon. What do you know? Lunchtime. I always buy at lunchtime. I tell everyone to buy at lunchtime, and I told you today to buy at lunchtime because they come at this every day at lunchtime. It's kind of like a song that you keep putting the record on every day at lunchtime. So I want to thank all of you who may be here still with me, and I appreciate you dropping over here to see what I'm showing you right now so far. On SoFi, it looks very, very strong off that 901 low. When I came on, I told everyone, hey, this is time to get in. Catfish Tyler says, get your butt in here on this. And sure enough, as you can see, off it goes, just like it has been doing over the last 5 days. And I come over here and I continue to show people when it was attacked there at 10:15 a.m. It was actually from about 10 to 10:15. And then you come over to Friday, and what time was it? Right out of the gate, boom. And then at 12, and then here we come on Monday, and this is where I like to show there's the dip at 12. And then we're coming over to Tuesday, and there's the dip at 12. You can see 12 o'clock. All right. It actually started though, like I said yesterday at 10:30, but today was a different story at 10:30, wasn't it? Yes, indeed. It was going up from 10:30 right there to 11. And now it's proceeding right on back up. And this is going to be a point where many will be cutting loose of this because if they don't, they're going to be caught in a bear trap, is my opinion, because this chart just looks phenomenal. Okay. And getting in here, look at that 45 days gapping away higher from the 50-day here. And look what's happening here. We have some green candlesticks coming in down here below. Let's move down here and look at them. Yes, indeed. You can see all the red ones to get it down to here. But after that, look at the greens. And we're going to be watching it. Yep, yep. This is just like Popeye right here. It's Sofi the Sailor Man. Yep, eats his spinach, fights to the finish. That's Popeye, Sofi, the sailor stock. That's what we're going to start calling this, man. Look at this big old sucker running. This fish is, they can't tame this thing. They hooked it. The shorts have hooked it when it was down in the $4.70 range. And that's when old CEO Anthony came along and said, I'll buy that for $1. Well, he bought it for $6.70, and so or $4.70. I'm sorry, 467 was one of his buy-ins, I believe. If I go back over the history of it, I've shown it before, but if you're new to it, go look at it and see the CEO of this company buys and buys every time that anything goes south with it. That they try to carry it down, he's just there to swallow it up, and just like the whales, going to make a ton of money. Now, I said when the price was at 450 and I first started telling people better get in on this back about a month and a half ago, when it was there, I said you could easily double or triple your money. And then when it started to make its move up and then got the downgrade, I bought more. And that on that one there from the Wedbush downgrade, did you see it went up from where he was saying $2.50 is his target price to 10.23, 4 times. So then when the triple downgrade came and the price was around 10 or so, and they raised their downgrades to higher prices from their previous upgrades. So I'm making sure you understand that. All three of them had weeks earlier higher price listings and upgraded the stock, but didn't do it high enough because they were, when it was at the 5 and 6, they were saying 7 and 8. It went so much further past that. Then they came out and said, it's not worth that much. It really isn't, folks. Don't believe it. Don't believe what you're hearing. But as apparently some others believed it and they kept buying it even after the triple downgrade, because now you can see where it is at $9.17. It's going to hit a new high today and continue to go up this afternoon from now on. Why do I say that? Well, look down here. Watch how little. And I'm not kidding. You will see. Look at that. There's one share right there. You just witnessed it. One share. There's two. I mean, just the retail buyers are mm, just relentless. They don't let up. They don't quit. They don't stop. And this is another point. There's one share there. I mean, I'm showing you this because this is what's going on. There's 20 something shares. It's not. These are not massive buys running this price up. I love it when I see 5 share buys making the price go up a penny or two. How does that happen? I mean, that is an indicator for you folks. That should be a true indicator as to where this is headed when you're seeing such relentless small amounts of volume moving this price upwards. Makes sense to me. I hope you'll agree. Get over here and see. We've got 3 current videos. I thank you for being here. If you want to comment over here, I'd appreciate it. If you don't, that's fine too. Just sit by the sidelines and watch. Watch it go up with the rest of us watching it go up since it hit 901. And I can get over here. I always like to show people. I don't mind. I'm not afraid of anything. Let's see here. We'll get on here. Hold on just a minute. Because people go, I don't know. Did you really buy anything? I'm not really sure if he bought anything. He's saying he bought some stock, but there's others of you I've shown before. I do not mess around. I show you what I bought when I bought it. I'm not afraid of that at all. So we're gonna get, boop, and here we go. Now we can put this up here. Just give me a moment. All right, yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness, what is going on with this crazy thing? 919 now? Oh, wow. What a nice, nice, nice buy-in today. That's what I can say about that. Boop. And we're gonna get rid of this. And no, we don't need any of this hogwash. Shoosh. And there we go. It's off of there. And gonna log in again. Because when I start seeing it really start to make a move, this is when I really like to nibble a little bit more. So I'm going to. Okay. And I appreciate your patience while I do this. Because all I'm doing really is fortifying our positions. If you happen to be a SoFi investor and you're here with me, then I'm just helping, right? It's a little bit at a time that I'm going in. I'm not going in majorly heavy, but I am going to go in. And let's go over here to, we'll get to trade, and then we're going to go to order status. And so you can see right here, and we'll go back to some of these orders that I had. Unfortunately, Charles Schwab doesn't really show you what you trade filled for, but I only decided to show you this. I'm just doing some small buys, but right there's my order filled 901. Okay. Now, granted, I only bought one share there, but if you go back here to my order status, look how many I did of 10 and 20 shares, all of these at that same price. So uh, it's interesting. Now they only show the bid and ask at 919, 920. But if you go over to the filled prices and you go all the way down, and there's many more, I actually filled during that stage when they had it at 901. I filled, here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Yep, I did. So again, just so you can see here, these are all the orders. I'm going to try and swipe, and hopefully they're moving up. You're seeing them all. And there was a lot. So, and I started at the time that it's saying that this was executed. Let's see, the first ones were executed. And interesting, says Phil, but it doesn't even tell me the time. So this Charles Schwab. I'm not impressed with it at all. I'll just come out and say that now. But here we go. There's the time. Yep, it says 10:50 a.m. And so fortunately I did, and that was when I actually filled an order for just a few shares at 916 because I thought we were going to get down around 913, see the bottom there. But hey, where are we at now? 919. So whoop-de-doo. But anyway, I was buying a lot more, folks. I mean, I come in heavy when it was at $9.11. I picked up 10 shares there, and it says I filled here at 905.69. So anyway, but there's a lot of orders that I was filling all down in that lower nines because I knew where we were going to end up, and here we are. You can see where we are now, and so hopefully that you were coming in around that same time. and that you're making money right alongside me and a lot of other longs on this stock. But it is so unstoppable. It's so it seems or appears at this stage of the game, and we're just watching this thing continue to climb on up. It's fantastic. Everybody's making money. Everybody's doing it, and we got two current subscribers here right now viewing. And thank you for being here with me. Even though I don't have a lot of people with me here right now, I am happy to show that I jumped on here this afternoon when this live streaming started. And I think the price when I first started was at 906. I was trying to get on here at 901, but I had some difficulties. I needed to fix the lighting situation. Hopefully it came out okay. I should probably move this over so where I don't have the shadow of it on my face, perhaps. And, but I don't know. It still picks up fine here, I'm sure, no matter where I have it. I'm very, very happy to see you here and checking this out. Thank you for coming along and getting over here to see what I had to say about SoFi today. And the news is good. The CEO comes out and talks about them changing their interest rates on their savings accounts, and you're going to get more interest on your savings than other banks are offering. So they've gotten even more competitive, and they I've been telling people to come on over to the SoFi, this channel here of this gentleman, not only this one, Stock Goat, who's great and giving great information, but also this one here.
Everything fully
This
in-house from a
gentleman here
core
is
banking.
Tevis is his name, and Fundamentals of Investing. Get on over here, watch this video today. He has got 5,087 subscribers and 188 likes on this, because what he's talking about today, you'll be glad to hear. So get on over, and it might be part of the reason that we're seeing this run on SoFi, because what he's disclosing is some very good information that SoFi has just announced about how they're changing things, and they're always changing things, which is what I like about this company and this stock so much. And it seems as though again it's another day where day traders are going to make a fortune by buying this thing at the low when they came at it, and then turn around and sell some at the high, and then maintaining that core position. Yep, sure enough. And I tell you right now, folks, if you haven't been paying attention, if you look back over the historical data on here, which I always enjoy doing because I like to show people the historical data. So let's get on to it. Because one of the things you're going to see here is look at these lows now. And we've seen this pattern before. I've shown folks this. If you go back all the way to May the 1st, and you start looking at these days of upwards price movement, it's astounding. And actually, let's start at the 16th. We can go up here. You can see it had a higher high one out of one day, one out of two, two out of three, and only 1 penny less, two out of three higher high, and then three out of four, four out of five, and then another one down. So four out of six, and then five out of seven, six out of eight, seven out of nine, eight out of 10. And look at the gap ups. It's similar to where we're getting now. 8 out of 10, and then we got 9 out of 11, then a little bit down. That's 9 out of 12, and then we got 9 out of 10 out of 13, 11 out of 14, 12 out of 15, 13 out of 16, 14 out of 17, 15 out of 18. I mean, look at all these. And the 16 out of 19, 17 out of 20 days up. Will we see that again recur? Could that happen again right now? Because what I'm seeing here is I see a high 826. That's one. There's two. There's three. There's four. There's five. Folks, it's exciting times to be holding on to SoFi stock right now, because it's my opinion that this is almost as good as gold. And what I'm doing here is I'm monitoring this because, as I've already said, I want to be live streaming on the moment that this thing really rockets to unbelievable heights, which I still think is going to happen. Many have said that they don't believe that's going to occur. And there are some who said that, I'm out of my mind to think there's a big short squeeze coming. But the reason that I've said that, and I'll show you now, if you happen to not have been here before and seen this, if you go all the way back to 2021, I want you to note that you can see there was virtually no volume on this stock. You can't even see those candlesticks when the price was moving from, where was it? Here's the price. I put my cursor over there. It says $14.94. and on no volume whatsoever jumped to $24, somewhere around that range. And then again on this lower volume. But here's the point I make, and why the squeeze is coming is because from here over this stage, you can see how the shorting started becoming heavier and heavier. And just look at all these red candlesticks. But where was the price then? Look where it was. Look at the massive amount of shorting here down in this range. And are these people still holding on to this at 518, 516, 464, 460? And what was this right here? 434. I mean, goodness gracious. Oh my gosh, 437. All that is massive, heavy shorted position at that price. Way more than what we see here when it was much higher. So this is why I'm saying it, and this is why I continue to say it. Look at that. I got my chart line on there still. Let's get rid of that. But goodness gracious, zoom in here and look at that. Look at the acuteness of this 45-day now turning even more straight. And we can use the lines here again because I'd like to. Let's just get here, boom. And we're going to do this acute line on the blue 45-day moving average right here. Boop. Did I get it? I think I must have turned it off. There it is. Let's see the angle on that move. Angle of the dangle. About right there. That's the 45-day average moving line. Okay. And then we're going to come here and we're going to click here. And then right here, there's the 45-day moving average line. But look at the acuteness of this moving upward. Oh my goodness gracious. And this is, folks, this is on a 1-year term. I'm showing this. A 1-year term. So now the acuteness of this line is not where it was down here. We'll put it right there. I just moved that by mistake. It's going to have to delete this one and delete that one. Okay, we're going to get this right. Yeah. And then we're here. Ah, see? Zoom in on that. Yeah. Angle's a little bit off. But still, goodness, very visible. You can see the 50-day. Uh-oh. Let's get rid of this now. But yeah, that acuteness of that 45-day is changing as we speak on the 1-year chart. Looks very attractive as the price continues to climb. Congratulations if you came in here when I first started live streaming. Thank you for being here today. Whoever you are, I see 5 people have come on over, and thank you for coming over and watching. And I appreciate it. And even if you don't make a comment, that's fine if you're just watching to see what I'm doing and why. Because what I did was, as always, Catfish Tyler is here to tell you when the low of the day was achieved, and that was at 9:01. I showed those of you that were on earlier that I was filling orders away. I filled like 22 orders at $10 a share there, and then not that, at 9:01 a share, filled around 22 orders, and, and it was in between 9:01 and 9:11. And I even bought one at 913 because I just love buying at that number and then watching it go up from there. As I had said a week ago, if you buy at 813, or it was like 3 days ago, I said, if you buy at 813 on this stock, you're always going to make money. Every time I bought there, I have. And as you can see now, I'm up over $1 on the positions I bought at 813. And I hope you bought along with me. And if you find this information that I'm showing you helpful, I appreciate you share it. And I want to show you again, for those that are new, get over here, watch this video by this person right here, Fundamentals of Investing Podcast. Watch this video. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe to this guy. He knows a lot about Sofi that's going on. He's very well educated on this company, and the information that he has will be invaluable to you. It's a 9-minute and 40 something seconds. Get over there and watch it. Watch it. You'll see. You'll learn. You'll learn not my charts, the information I'm showing with charts, but you'll learn more about fundamentals, about activities going on within the company, about its growth, about its stature, about its status, about its accomplishments, its recent change in interest rates they're raising at their savings is what it's going to be yielding for people who have their savings there. And this is again starting to take away business from others. The market share will continue to grow. And this is why people, I think, are coming in today, and why we've seen over this 5 day chart this very, very constant, steady, nice move upwards. And right now, what we got here is a major cup and handle. You can see that is a very nice cup and very good stability building right here at the 920 price range. And I want to point out, guess what the high was yesterday? Huh, could it be 920? Let's see. My goodness gracious. And there it is. The high yesterday, 920, today, 938. So coincidence or not that we're seeing this resistance at 920? Well, of course, it won't matter because as you can see by this chart, and we're not the only ones, unfortunately, for the shorts that can see this chart, and we can see this plateau building here. And anybody who's been around for any period of time at all knows that when a sideways move is going on under increasing volume, that you can have a very nice, this is a platform from which to launch. So again, this is another stage at which I think it'd be a good place to be coming in on this. And I'm going to, I don't mind a bit. So I'm going to pick up some right here. Oop. There we go. And I appreciate your patience while I help support our position and buy a little more. And again, I'm buying here right now because I see this sideways platform here building, and that's why I'm buying here now. Okay. And we're going to go here, and we're going to do 20. Yeah. Make sure we change that to view. All right. Oh, gonna make me put my, because it's been so long. Enter. Okay. Yep. No surprise. Filled at 917. That's exactly what they're showing right here on the screen. That's good. And I like that number. And we'll see if it continues to climb and off this platform, and whether it does or doesn't, it still looks very good today. Very promising. Great news again coming out. And part of the reason that we saw them try to take it down, because every time this great news comes out, more and more people want in. They just don't want in at the price that it's where it is. When they hear this news, they're like, "Ah, man, this is how are we missing out on this? We got to get this lowered." And they have, like I said, I've said before, there are ways and means that make things happen mysteriously on no negative news. You can see a drop like this from 922 all the way down to 901, a 21 cent drop on no news whatsoever other than other good news. Now, look down here at the chart events that Yahoo is showing. They show a bullish pattern here, which I like. And this is something that I've never seen, a symmetrical continuation triangle. Whoa. A symmetrical continuation triangle. Well, that daggum sure looks good. Whatever that is, and it says bullish, so I'll take it. And hopefully you like what you see there too. Hey, Anthony, I just saw you were live. I did not get the notification. That's a problem. Oh, I'm sorry, Anthony. Maybe, well, yeah, hit the notification bell. I'm here. I'm reporting. Thank you for dropping in today and having a look at what we got going on. We're showing everybody the great move by Sofi today is not unfounded. It's only up a little bit at this stage, but there's more to come because there's good news from Sofi. They keep themselves in the headlines. And I like this report here. Forget student loans. See, they'd like you to forget student loans. They don't want you to remember that all this money's coming in and all these people are going to come back through the door to renegotiate their terms with Sofi, and that Sofi is going to be rolling in it. They don't like that. So they say forget student loans, but they do come back with there are a number of other reasons to buy SoFi. So this is like the one that I showed you a few days back that said which is a better buy, SoFi or this other stock that the guy was pumping went down 8% that day, 9%. And I just went, oh, I'm glad I didn't get onto that one. So anyway, but SoFi just went right on up that day. And so I guess the answer to that question was obvious. But here we're seeing right now, yesterday, now they were pretty relentless on this yesterday up until when you look at the 5 day, you'll see they came at it and then they stayed at it all the way up until 2 o'clock. So, what are they going to be able to do to this thing under this kind of relentless? There's a share. There's 100 shares. We're at 589, 30, 590. Look at that. One share, 20 shares. This is what I'm talking about. It never ends. There's relentless, nonstop retail buyers who are popping in here and just keep coming at this thing with these tiny little buys. And I know that has to just be driving these shorters and hedge funds insane, because this is what we're seeing, a stock being controlled by retailers at this stage of the game. It's become quite apparent. Look at the 5 day chart. If it could have been stopped down here, don't you think they would have stopped it? If they could have kept this thing down here in 788, that number I bought there, I bought at 488. I bought at 488 and at 588 and at 688 and 788 and 888. I've bought this stock probably 10 or 20 times at 888. And guess where it is now? And when it hit 888 again on the way up this time, dang right I went in on it. Man, I already owned it for that. Probably had at least 500 shares or maybe even more at that number. So what's to stop me from buying it again at that? Because every time I've bought it at that price, I've always made money. And when I bought it at 888 and it went to 1023, I made money, and many others did as well. And we're going to continue to make money on this great stock. And it's going to be now a situation of, as I said, taking advantage of these daily swings, 40 to 50-cent swings. And it'll get even more radical as things start to really unravel for the shorters from holding positions 6 months, 8 months, that we're starting to come up on those positions now. And they averaged down. Not only were they shorting it at 16, they shorted it at 8, and they shorted it at 5, and they shorted it at 450 and 434, and they were shorting it into oblivion there, so they thought. And now we're starting to see the turnaround. And again, I would not be suspect of anything that they're going to try to make this fall, including another Friday downgrade. And I don't know who or why the reasoning will be, but they'll probably call one more scapegoat to stick their neck out in their career. And I don't know if that Wedbush guy that was David Chiavrini is still working for Wedbush, considering the fact that the price is now again approaching 4 times what his target price was. When it gets to $10, it will be there, and it will be at 10, and it will be beyond that. And I can pretty much promise you that, only because of what we're going to find out in earnings coming up here. Because there's going to be, again, just as we've seen so many times, look how they beat the street here, beat the street, beat the street big time, beat the street. And where do you think they're going to end up this time? And I show people here their revenues. Look at these revenues during COVID. During the COVID, when the other banks we saw closing their doors last year, they doubled their revenue almost. Oh my goodness, it is just crazy. And their earnings are improving here year over the last year. And all of these strong buys, 15 covering, 4 say strong, 4 say buy. I remind 7 say hold, and not a single one underperform or sell, because there's no reason to, especially under these circumstances, watching the price just keep going up day after day after day after day. Like I said, 2% a day keeps a doctor away, right? That's the way it works. Nothing to fear here, baby. We're all making money, and we're going to remove these lines now here. You can hopefully have learned something from those little angle lines that I'm showing you. And let's get on back over to the 1 day chart. And again, we're looking good. Don't don't mind any little bit of a pullback here because it should be expected because they do try it every day and they already tried it and got it down to here where we got in. So no big deal. It just keeps going to keep on climbing. And I tell you what, I will definitely put my order in again if I see anything approaching where we were at 901, and I'll be buying more and more at 901 and 902. But unfortunately for the shorts and hedges, it does not look like that's going to be in the cards today. We've already seen the trouncing take place, and we can see the support. We can see the belief of all those who are still coming in on this, and they're not afraid. If they come at this like they did even up to 2 o'clock, this is where I would suggest you watch closely from 1:45 until 2. Okay, because this is a point where I saw them here yesterday starting to make their entries a little bit early. It started around 1:48, and then it started creeping in by 2. It was there, and then next thing you know, off it went. And today you can expect much of the same because this movie is going to be not changing the ending. I don't think we're going to see this daily, and I'm very, very pleased to tell you that I think we're really going to see this make a move even sooner than we did last time. They might start at 1:30. So let's just watch. We'll watch and stay tuned, and we're going to hang out here. And I'm not going to play any of my music. Oh, and DM, definitely starting to make a little move here, and the volume is moderate. But I did tell you about this. Maybe to nibble, not to go in heavy. Never do that. I never suggest going in heavy. Let's go see how we're doing over here now. And yeah, looks good. Very good indeed, folks. And we're going to get over here. And another green day. If you're a Sofi person and you're holding Sofi, just another typical green day with another higher high today than we've seen, and it looks as though it's going to continue. So we're going to get back over here and just kind of monitor and watch it. And what I wanted to show anybody else that might be interested in knowing this information is when I was showing the angle of these charts and the degree of the angle, um, I showed people how to do the moving averages, and this can really be helpful to you when it comes to especially looking at trends. Here we go, 919 now. This is starting to make its move already, and I like it. I like it a lot. Let's get on over here. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at this. Whoa, what do we got going on here? Who in the heck wants this? Who wants this stock at this price? Somebody did. Yes, sirree. This is what we want to get in here on, and we want to look close at these charts, folks. This is what you need to be watching and monitoring. If you're day trading this thing or you're trading period, look at that. Nice. Whoa, very nice. Now, 4 green candlesticks in a row. Not massive volume. Over here, you can see 53,000 shares on that candlestick, 50,000 on that, but still, they're green and to the upside. So somebody is pulling the trigger here, and they're not buying 1 or 10 or 20 like these retailers. They're piling in with the retailers. So very, very cool there. I like it a lot. Oh yeah, this is very promising, and we're not even, as I said, at 130 yet. So this could really start to make a nice little escalation. I see how many we got over here with us. 7 current viewers. Yeah, aftermarket could get interesting. Yes, Anthony, I believe it. I believe it, Anthony. Aftermarket could get interesting. And I'm really enjoying seeing what we got here even now. This is really starting to look good. I am thinking that we're going to see this continue to climb, and I don't know whether or not it would be a good idea to maybe halt the stream, but why not keep it going? Nobody's if I always, some people say, well, Tyler, you just go so long with these sometimes. Well, people can come and go as they like. They can pick up what I'm showing them and then they can move on. They can stay for a short while and get a little bit of interesting tidbits. And so again, I'm going to come over here and show people, come over and watch this video right here. For you new ones that just came on, come over here, watch this SoFi big changes coming soon. It's 9 minutes and 10 seconds that will give you a great perspective of what SoFi just announced. It's big news. It involves interest rates going up on their savings accounts. For people that want to move their money over into savings, they're going to be offering more. And this is getting very, very competitive with the biggest guys. And their claim today in the news by in the headline down here says that he believes, and this is Anthony Noto, the one who owns 6.5 million shares of his stock in his company, told Barron's it's just a matter of time before his company becomes one of the country's top 10 financial firms. They're in the 100 now, but man, top 10? Goodness, that's quite a claim, and he's not afraid to say it because I think that well, like I said, in case you didn't know, this gentleman that you see in this picture, he was the big guy, the CFO of Twitter, the chief financial officer of Twitter, and I think they are worth a little bit of money. I think there was several billion, if I recall. Was it 440 billion or 44.4 billion or that must man, tell you what, you don't think this guy knows how to make a company into a mega giant? Yes, sir. He's got a proven track record. Could be part of the reason that we're seeing these big candlesticks here and the price going right on up. 919 now, soon right on up, folks. That's my call for this afternoon. There's no reason that can be stifled. And the reason I say so is, again, pure and simply because of this great news that they just came out with that many are aware of. I'm sure we're not the only ones, and I'm not the only one telling you. In fact, as I said, Sofi, this gentleman over here, Tevis, is pointing it out very clearly that this news is excellent news and is going to push Sofi even further into the headlights and draw more interest and more revenue and more deposits into their accounts, as well as the great news about the paybacks of the student loans and the fact that the CEO has been uh, seen on several different formats and shows recently in interviews on CNBC and Smart Money and Closing Bell, and explaining to everyone that this repayment restarting is going to be a massive opportunity for SoFi to work with all these new folks who are going to have to come in and start paying their loans, and they're going to work with them. They're going to stretch their term out. They're going to make it very comfortable for these people to make their payments so they're not stressed out and become worrywarts. So I think it's a great idea, and this is why they said it. They think it's a $200 billion opportunity for them, whereas JP Morgan claims it's only 90 billion. So the poor company that down here only had one one who's gone to 1.52 billion right here on this one here. Let's see, there it is. 1.5 billion, 1.52 billion is only going to achieve, according to JP Morgan, 90 billion. And but SoFi themselves see it as an opportunity to get 200 billion. So anyway, I point this out, and this is just super super news as usual. And if you look down here, you can find the news that was by the JP Morgan. Let's see if we hit Control F and hit Morgan, Morgan. Oh my goodness, not going to do it. JP. Huh. Well, usually you can find on the page where it is, but unfortunately it didn't jump to that for me because I wasn't somewhere on it. But anyway, JP Morgan says only 90 billion. Sorry. It's not going to be 200 and something billion, as SoFi says. So you can believe which one of those you want to. Maybe it'll fall somewhere in the middle. I think it will. Let's get back over here and see how many we got. 5 current winners. Hey, thank you. Yes, indeed. We appreciate you being here with us today and coming over and checking this out for a little bit. We are very, very grateful, and we have information that we're sharing with you about SoFi expanding and growing and taking new steps to give people higher earnings on their savings accounts than what their current banks are offering. And this, again, to draw more deposits into their uh, uh, bank. And this is so, so, so cool. Like I said, get on over to that guy there and look at his YouTube, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I can't explain it as well as he can, and it's only, like I said, a 9-minute video. So go over there, watch this gentleman right here, see what he's got going on and what he'll tell you, and I'm sure you'll be very, very impressed for this gentleman's work because he really, really does do a great job, and you can see all the support he has and all this great information. And so this is one of the things that, there are people commenting. It says not happy that they keep decreasing the interest rate on checking. This is one of the main things that drew me to them in the first place, but because nobody else does that. and now they're removing it. So someone is talking about it being a little bit down on checking, but it's their savings that they're coming up with that's increasing. And so, you know, that's where I put my money in savings. Checking is just there to write checks on. I'm not really caring too much about interest rates on my checking account, to be honest with you. But I, some are apparently like that individual. But look here, 9:20 now. Oh yeah, folks. I'm telling you, folks, and you can see the time. We're at 1:34, and this is a move exactly the opposite of yesterday between the 1:30 and 2 o'clock hour. And I'm going to show you here on the 5-day chart so you can see it. That here you can see at 1:15, they came at it from 1:15, and they came at it all the way to 2 o'clock. And that's not what we're seeing here today, people. And that's because, as I said, this platform is building, and this is sideways action. When you see sideways action on a stock for long enough, that is termed as capitulation. And when you see capitulation, that always favors the longs. Now we're starting to get in here. Look at these candlesticks over the last few minutes since 123. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6 out of 7. We got 7 out of 8, 7 out of 9, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 11, and 10 out of 12. And that's a pretty sizable green candlestick there. And I see very good things. Look at this angle of the 10-day moving average now. Oh my goodness gracious. I would not want to be in the position of anyone shorting this stock, looking at this chart, seeing this platform, seeing this huge cup and handle right here, and looking at these symmetrical continuation triangle. Wow, this triangle right here. What does it say here? Hold on. There was something that just popped up there that I've never noticed before. Something came up. What made it do that? Gain actionable insight from technical analysis on financial instruments to help optimizing. Okay, well, anyway, so look at this: short term up, midterm up, long term up. Oh, I wonder what Yahoo thinks. But I can show you one thing that they're not too aware of, apparently, and that is their 1 year target estimate for Sofi's price is well below the current price. In fact, it is $1.10 below. So just as all of the analysts have underestimated the worth of this company, so has Yahoo, apparently. And they're quite off the mark at this point, about, yeah, 10%, a little bit more. Ah, this looks so wonderful, folks. I sure do appreciate you being over here to take a look at what we've got today. I thank you so much for coming over. I thank you for your comments over here on this side. I just have to check every once in a while to see if anybody else is here with me. And we got some great things happening here with SoFi, though, don't we? So thank you again for being here. I think what I'm going to do also, I was trying before to play some of my songs, but I might have another way to do this where they won't be nearly as loud. So I'm going to go over to YouTube, click on this right here, and then I'm going to click on my your channel. Let's see here, and let's see my playlist library. Okay, videos. Let's see if we can find my playlist. There it is, playlist. And now we're going to click on this, and we're going to hit play. Oh, 128 songs. All right. Well, this certainly cannot be too loud, I would hope. So, if it is, you let me know and I'll just turn it down. All right. So this song here was written way back in the 90s called In My Dreams, and it's available on Spotify and all music channels. If you have a music provider, go on over there. It doesn't cost you a dime to subscribe to Tyler Self, TYLERSELPH. And then you'll be able to just check all these out yourself on your own free time, and I hope you'll enjoy them. All right, let's see here. Let's get back over to see what we've got on here. We've got the music playing, and hopefully, as I said, it's not too loud, and it just kind of plays in the background. And let's go back over here and look at the chart. Oh, yeah, this looks good. Yeah. Yes, sir. Actually, so yeah, a little tune here called "In My Dreams," and interesting. I talk about Van in this song and the Wheel of Fortune. I was on the Wheel of Fortune. Some of you know this already. You can go to YouTube, and if you put in Wheel of Fortune, Amy, and Tyler, and Joy, you will see what I did on the Wheel of Fortune, and that was when I started my trading business career as a trader and started doing my trading. Was back in the year 2000. So that was quite a long time ago. A lot of things have changed since then, especially my appearance. But at any rate, if you go back, you'll get a kick out of how I did on that show. And if you watch it, you might be laughing at me at several points. So, man, goodness gracious. Keeping an eye on this chart because I want to see these candlesticks stay green. Oh, yeah. Okay. Still seeing nice gapping here. The 45 and 50 day staying separate from one another. I like that. And I like this time slot that we're in and seeing this start to make this move upwards, as I've said already. Make sure we're on the 1 day. Oh yeah, we have a triple upside crossover. Began here at 1242 and is concluded at 108. That's a good time. I like 8. It's my favorite number. And let's get over here and see if I can be heard. Can anybody hear this music I got in the background going on? And hopefully it's not too loud. But anyway, we got 7 viewers. Let me know if you can hear it at all, or if you can't, if it's too loud. But that's my song in my dream. And a lot of these songs I've actually done in the studio, and I've done them with just an acoustic. So you'll get to hear all these here in the background, and hopefully you'll find them entertaining to see here. Actually, I've had some of the songs done by other performers too, who sang the song for me. I wrote it, but I had them sing for me. And but most of them are me, like this one here, called "You Love 'Em and Leave 'Em." All right, so we're gonna get back over here. Let's look again. Yes, indeed, folks. Springboarding. This is going to go. We're just seeing slow and steady, picking away at it, picking away, and buying, buying, buying. 919 now. Yes, this is a great time. Here we are at 142, and we're seeing the move starting to make its way off of that platform now. All right. Yeah, I put these songs up on YouTube, and I didn't have another way to do it but lip sync to them because these were studio recordings. They wouldn't let you just put an image, so I lip synced to them, and it's a horrible job of lip syncing. So don't watch if you click on these songs, listen to them on YouTube. Don't watch the first ones that were all done in my pawn shop that I used to own. It's funny because in the background of these videos, you can see rifles and shotguns all along the back wall. Uh, uh, all right. I like what I'm seeing here. Still holding up very nicely and looking very good as this platform builds on this cup and handle. So I'm going to stick here with it for a little bit. And look at my nano, still holding up all right. Get over here to my live stream. We got 8 folks. Who else is here wants to say hi to me today? Come on out and chat. Say something. Say hello. I want you to be the new one just got on. Get over here and watch this video here by Sofi. Big changes coming soon. Watch this Fundamentals of Investing podcast. Check it out. It's got 188 likes on it. And if I refresh the page, it might even have more by now because this person does have a lot of viewers. And he should because he's giving very good information out. And let's see what we got here now. And I'm not going to show any of his video because I don't have
everything fully in-house from a core
we're
bank.
just going to stop it here. And now 194 views. So, yep, continuing to have viewership. And oh yeah, 920 now on its way to a very nice new high here this afternoon. I sense is coming. And this is again an odd time, 144, 145. Usually see them, yep, usually we see them try to walk it down here, but this is going the other way, and I like it a lot. There we go. Mhm. Somebody riding by here on got their pontoon loaded up with people in the back of it. Almost like a parade. We're right across from Lake Victoria. The right across the road from us here is the lake, and we have a boat ramp right around the corner, about 300 yards away from us to put our boat in, and that's kind of nifty. And we catch a lot of fish out of that lake, and there's a video on YouTube of that going on. Look at this thing go. Oh, yeah. Well, welcome, current viewers. We now have 10 of you here and watching. You happen to be listening to me as I'm talking about Sofi. I came on this afternoon when the price was at the bottom right there. If you look at the 1 day chart, you'll see that I came on and I was telling everybody, well, the price had gone up to about 905 by the time I got up and running, because it takes a while to do all the streaming setup and the streaming keys and all that. But I knew when I saw 901 we were there, so it was done, and I came in. I was buying. I was actually buying a lot of shares during that time, so it was part of the reason too that I didn't get right on when it was at the bottom, because I like to call myself Catfish Tyler, and so I was down there bottom feeding, and I picked up many, many shares, several hundred at the 901 price, and I hope you might have too if you came on when it was at 905, 906, and I was still saying time to get it, because it was, and as you can see, it was. And this is very, very promising as we see it approaching the 2 hours. And again, I am playing these songs right now on my cell phone, and I am playing them because it won't be too loud like I've done in the past. And I hope that you can hear them. And if it's not too loud, let me know. If it is too loud, I'll turn it down, because I don't want it to be overwhelming. Uh, Interesting thing about this song here, this was actually recorded uh, and mixed down by Brian Bassett. He's the guitar player for Molly Hatchet. And so, anyway, he was also their sound engineer at one stage, too. So, Brian Bassett was one that mixed these all down for me after I had them recorded at the Full Sail College Institute of Audio, if you want to call it. Full Sail, look them up if you're interested in an audio career or audio visual, because they're in Orlando, Florida. They're massive, massive. All right. All right, keeping an eye on this closely here, watching this interactive chart because we are expecting to see this breakaway. And why am I on? Well, I've always told folks I like to catch this thing when it goes off to Never Never Land. And my feeling and sentiment is that this is going to sneak up on people. And so when I see the bottom and I think it's run down on no news like it was today, I come on and I tell you to get in on it. And right here is when I started my broadcast. The price you can see right there was 901. And today, I hope that you were able to catch me and had to hit that notification bell, because you could have got in the same price ranges from 901 to 905, and when I finally came up live. But anyway, I hope that you're enjoying this. And in case you didn't know, aside from being a guitar player, I play a little piano, play some drums, and I'm not playing drums on this song. This is my friend Bobby Gruler who's playing drums on this one, and I'm very grateful to him for all his time he put in and effort, because we were going in the studio at 1 in the morning to 5 in the morning, sometimes 2 to 6. It was crazy. We were going in there initially, and then finally we got ourselves up the ladder of performers at that college, and we were being recorded by full stage 3 camera video shoots, and smoke machines and laser lights, all kinds of stuff. And it was kind of a neat time to be in involved in the music business and to be making my own music. This is me on the saxophone. Yeah, fun times. All right, look at it going, folks. It's popping now, 9:23. All right, let's all congratulate each other. Oh, yes. Nice. Oh, yeah, folks. Get ready. That capitulation and that cup and handle has sprung. This is a perfect song for the shorts right now. All the hurt and all the pain. One more sax solo for you. There you go. When it strikes. There you go. All the hurt, all the pain. Hope you're able to hear some of that in the background. Get back over here and see we've got 5 people in listening in. Looks like a lot of weak hands sold, Anthony says. A lot of weak hands sold at the opening today. Yep, I think it was a rookie mistake, he says, and it sure was. It's time to be buying when they're dropping this thing. Everybody knows it now. It happens every day. You just got to be ready for it. And look at everybody coming on board here buying this stock. Look at the small amounts of shares. There's 4 shares right there. I continue to 2 shares there. It's just amazing. All these folks who have no fear and continue to come in. The retail buyers just driving this continually upwards and upwards and upwards. And I point out again, when you see small share amounts lofting this price, you know the camel's back has been broken and off we're starting to head. So this is looking so promising here at this time of day. Completely opposite of yesterday. Let's look at it again. I'm going to show and remind everybody to look at this 5-day yesterday. See where the price was at 115 all the way up to 2. They came at it all the way to 2. 884 is where it was there at the low. 884. And now today, look where we're at. Almost 40 cents off of that at the same time of day, folks. Come on. Jiminy Christmas. This is so exciting, folks. How can you not be over here and wanting to cheer this on? I am so happy. Yes, indeed. Oh, yeah, let's rock and roll. This song right here, She's in Love with Me, in case you want to tune into it on Spotify or your own music provider and subscribe and help me out financially a little bit by every song you listen to. I get a couple of pennies sometimes if you download the song. It helps me out even more. I can almost make 50 cents sometimes or 25 cents on downloads. It's kind of neat. So anyway, like I said, all over the internet, you can find me on Google Play, Apple Music, Spotify, you name it, across the gambit. I'm on all that through DistroKid is my record label that I'm working through. And so here we go. Yeah. Oh, my goodness gracious. This isn't going to stop, people. You can just forget about it. It isn't going to stop. Thank you for coming over. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for adding. This is the same pop every day now. Go SoFi. Thank you, Chris. That's right. Chris M comments same thing every day. I told you this was going to go off. It was just too flat there, too much of a cup and handle, too many people buying, too many people crying, and that are the SoFi shorters today. And it's just going to be another day, just like the other 5 days before. Another very nice, strong finish here as we're seeing the price continue to climb, moving into almost 2 o'clock. This is a great time to see this making a move. I feel very good about it. And wow, interesting. So interesting. And now we're going to move on over here to let's take a look at the institutional holders. We haven't done this yet. Let's see if anybody else has come aboard here. Nope, still 613. Still the same percentages. Let's see. Uh, 39.81. Yes, it is. And 636 on the insiders. Is that the same as of May 11th? Exactly the same. So no changes there. Still seeing Vanguard Group and BlackRock on top of the things, holding on to everything. And wow, LCID Lucid making a big drop today, 12.3%. But my other ones, PLTR up a little. And yeah, looking good there. Awesome. Well, no reason that I see for any type of a drop this afternoon from here on to the closing bell. I believe we're going to continue to see this continue to rise. Thank you for coming over and checking this out. I appreciate you dropping by to see what I have to show to everybody today. And for the new ones that just came in here, I want to make sure you realize you need to get over here and watch this video by Fundamentals of Investing podcast. You'll see why I think we're going to see another significant move up. There's some changes going on with Sofi. They're doing some big things that are making people take more interest in them. So please do go over and take a look at this video by this person and by another one that's called Stock Goat, which is this gentleman that's right here. Get over and watch his videos, folks. He's got 13,000 subscribers. It's blowing me away. And there's a reason, because he has very valuable information. Subscribe. I thought I already was subscribed. Well, I'm subscribed now, doggone it. Dog, I can't believe it. I've been watching this guy for so long. Impossible. Well, anyway, we're on there now, and you should do the same thing, I think. So let's get back over here. And yep, nothing changed with institutional holders. All still very much the same. But my goodness, can everyone not see this obvious chart here? And do you think that they can't see that one? Look at that. My goodness gracious. Yes, indeed. And I'm going to show you something about that chart that we were just on in a minute. Let me just get over here to this one day because I want to look at these green candlesticks coming in here. I don't know why it wants to force me off the page so you can't. Oh, there they are. Look at these green candlesticks. Whoa, folks. Oh, my goodness. What are you doing here? Come on, Yahoo. You don't want these people to see this? Look at those massive green candlesticks, folks. 268,000 shares. And you can look at just before how many shares there. It doesn't even say. Getting down here, and this is the 1 day chart, obviously. But right here, you can see 14,000 shares and 18,000, and then there's 12,097. And I'm looking at this little box over here as I move across this. There's 24,000 shares, and then you start to see the green candlesticks. 55,000 shares, 15,000. Then this big green candlestick. Cancel that. Don't want to do anything. There we go. Look at that. 268,000 shares, and look at that price pop. Wow. And then another one right on the heels of that. 229,000 shares at 150. These folks are not waiting around for this SoFi price to go any higher without getting in. And they started early before 2. So I really, really am encouraged by that. Isn't that fun to see that? I love seeing that. Oh, man, there's something else I want to show you, though. I'm going to go back here. Look at this price, what they're going to be showing you here. We're going to go back to this term here. This is going to be the 5-day chart. Can you get in here? Yes. Goodness gracious sakes alive. Oh, my. Mm-mm-mm. We're starting to get past some resistance points here, folks. We definitely are. And we're going to see it happen even more so here in a minute. This thing is really going to start moving skyward, in my opinion. 923 now, 159. On up we go. People have not wanted to wait today. You can definitely see them moving in on this. You can see the size of those buys. You can see right here. Let's go to the blue. Yep. There they are meeting one another. Look at the angles changing. Look at the 200-day moving average line. Look at the angle changing upwards here. 924 now. All right. This is one of my favorite songs that I did way back when, and it's called What About You? Oh man, this show looks so promising here. Oh yeah. Very nice. Let's get over here. Hey, thank you folks for being here right now. Yes, sir. Look at that chart. Dang, that looks good. Doesn't that look impressive? Mm. Oh, yeah. Holding up strong here. Very strong. Still through two, even. Want to hang in here. Just hang in there with me, folks. Just hold on because we're going to see some exciting times right here for the next 2 hours. All right. Yes, indeed. Yep. You can definitely see this purple moving 10-day moving average, acute line moving upwards here now. Starting to look sweet. We want to see that blue separate from that gold right there. Thank you for being over here and taking a look today, everybody. Dropping by, saying what you had to say. I appreciate it. We've had 32 people drop by and take a look, leave a comment, say some things, and are enjoying watching this profit we're making this afternoon. And you can absolutely see that it isn't letting up. People are not afraid to buy at this price whatsoever. They're coming in on this thing. And we just saw some major, nice sized candlesticks on this interactive chart. And I presume we're going to continue to see those. And I'm very, very, very confident that this is going to be an excellent last 2 hours. I feel so only because of number one. Well, look right here, the effort to resist. They're trying so hard to keep this from taking place, but you can see. You're going to watch it. You watch it happen here. See what happens this afternoon. And I'm watching closely this volume over here. Now we're going to see this volume start to pick up because they're self-defeating when they try to squash this run because all they're doing is adding to the volume, more and more volume. Bo Barbeau on lead guitar. Yeah, he was rocking and rolling with me back in the 90s for sure. Yeah, one of my favorite songs there. What about you? Heartbreaker, but well, I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for again being here and listening in with the songs I'm playing. Those are mine on the background. You can go to my playlist on YouTube, click on my playlist, get a chance to listen to them over your stereo system if you want, rather than my little cell phone here in the background of this broadcast that I'm doing now live. Time now is 2:03 in the afternoon, and the price is holding up very well. Still, should be little to no concern by anyone that is long on this stock because again these small gradual gains are just what we want to see. They're perfect, perfect, perfect. So interestingly enough, that was the end of that, and it shouldn't be. My playlist should continue to play, so I'm not sure why it's stopped here. Let's see. We'll move into the next song. All right. This is just an acoustic version. Yeah, kind of a sad song. Oh, this price looks good, folks. Let's watch it. Yeah. Come on, Sofi. Speaking of lighting a candle, man, we're lighting a candle under this right now, I say. Oh, yeah. I hope you like the way I'm dressed. But suddenly I noticed that the night was getting late. Wondered where you were. Said that you'd be here by 8. But I thought by now that you'd have had a lobster on your plate. Instead I'm only wondering, and guess you're running late. But I lit a candle for you, baby. 'Cause you told me you'd be there. And I set the candle on the table with champagne for us to share. But now I watch the candle melting, see the wax all dripping down, and I feel like such a loser, and I feel like such a clown. 'Cause I need a candle for you, baby. But soon it will go out. Yeah, tearjerker. You simply forgot about. And as the candle keeps on melting, it becomes a work of art. And I'll never let you know how much you tore my world apart. Ugh. Stick a fork in that poor loser. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that little tune there, folks. Shorts need to get out. Yes, Brian. Thank you for being here, Brian. The shorts are going to need to escape, and why we're going to see a continued run up. It's a short squeeze that started, and I like to point this out by going to the 1 month. The short squeeze really began, and you could even go further back. The short squeeze began here, folks. This is where it began at 477, 476. By the way, lower than that is where our friend Nano, that would be Anthony, the CEO, bought. And smart guy he was at that time, because you see now he's about doubled his money, along with others of us that did the same thing. And anyways, let's see here. Goodness gracious. I don't know what we're going to do. There. So that's enough of the tunes for today. I give you a sample of some of my stuff. I hope you enjoyed that. And if you want to hear more, let me know. Got to say something over in the comments if you want me to keep playing my music for you in the background. But that was I lit a candle for you. And I don't know what we can do to get to the next one. I don't know why it didn't automatically begin. But anyway, let's see here. Doop, 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 doop. She's me on the corner. This is not a bad song either. We'll play this one for you. All right. Another one called Man on the Corner. All right. This looks so resilient, people. I'm loving seeing this 920 price, 919 holding up so well over 9. This is just unbelievable for those that are shorting this stock. And I want to point out some other fun things. Let's get on over here to this historical data. And why I want to show you this, because I want to show you the highs. 826 to 830 is only a 4-cent higher high from the 6th to the 7th. But then look at this jump from 830 to 872. We're seeing a 42-cent hike. All right. Then we're going from 872 to 920. All right. If this was 870 to 920, that'd be 50 cents. So 48-cent move up. Then here we go, another 18-cent, and we are not done today. I keep telling everyone, we're not done. And there were days, and when you go back here from all the way back May the 15th and run it up, it's 17 out of 20 days was a higher high. And then one day, the low was only 1 penny less than the day before. So there was very few days that even went down, and it just kept, look at that thing, up, 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 up. Then come the downgrades. Oh my goodness gracious. Yes, indeed. Who all we got over here? We got 8 now. Let's see who else. Anybody else want to chime? Anthony Walker says eventually Sofi will pop. But for now, 2% a day is good enough for me. Yep. Like I said, 2% a day keeps the doctor away. And man, Sofi looks so good here, so strong. Look at it dominating. 922 now. On up it goes. Let's get on over here to this summary page because I like to keep it on this volume. Yeah, watch the size of these buys now. Watch the size of the buys. Yep, I always like to say, keep your eyes on the size of the buys. That's for sure and certain because they're coming in now. And even some of these smaller ones, I just love it. More retailers pushing it and pushing it, pushing it, pushing it, pushing it higher. It's so much fun to watch all these buyers. There we go, 922, folks. Watch it. Every penny, by the way, that it increases from here this afternoon will force another shorter to close out their position, meaning buy out. So this is why I think we're going to see this continued rise from here all the way to the bell. And we're going to close at the high of the day, just about where we were yesterday's chart. Also looked very good, closing near the high. I mean, it was about 15 cents, I think, off the high, or maybe a little bit more, but still much higher to the high side than the low. And all these days we're seeing with these increases. And I hope the music, you can hear it in the background a little bit. I hope it's not overwhelming. If it is, let me know. I'm going to go down here and see if anybody sees. Chris M says, he agrees. Yep. Yes, indeed. There you go. And on we go up here, folks. It's looking so much, so good. And this is a little Christmas song I did. It's called My Old Red Truck Saved Christmas Day. This is recorded at Dog Ear Studios, Nashville, Tennessee. And that's Jamie Laritz playing the guitar. And he is good. He's one of the best guitarists in the world. He plays heavy metal too. Look him up on YouTube. Jamie Laritz, Laritz. This guy can rip. And he's played in Nashville for years, all on the main drag. And he's down in Fort Myers now. So if you're in the Florida area and you want to get a great hookup, Dog Ears Studios, Jamie Laritz is the man. Give him a shout. Many of my videos on YouTube have a reference to him, his email address, and so forth. Look him up on Google. I think he'll come up, and on Facebook perhaps. And Now he's been in the country realm for a long, long time, so obviously he knows all the licks and how to play that country pop and feel. But he certainly can play metal too. It's quite amazing how diversified this guy is. Oh yeah, here we go now. Look at this chart starting to pop. Look over here, folks. This looks very good. We're going to interactive. Let's go and see how many greens we got. Oh yeah, 924 now. Yes, sir. Every penny. Oh man. Look at it breaking up over right there. Look at that purple. Look at this blue gapping away from the gold now. You in here with me, folks. You're in here for the deep where we've been bottom feeding already. The catfish was here, came on about an hour and a half ago to show you 901. You better buy a ton. And that's what I was doing. And wow. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We got 9 here. Thank you for being here with me today. I'm doing a little entertainment, playing some of my music in the background on my cell phone. Let's see here. Since I'm doing this, probably ought to charge it a little bit so it doesn't go completely dead. Hopefully you can hear these songs playing in the background. Yeah. We'll go past that one. All right. Oh yeah. Let's just keep the music playing while we watch this thing go crazy. 924 now and up we go. I told you, every penny that it goes up, more and more will succumb to the pressure. They don't want to see this go to 10 again, and it's getting there. It's headed that way. They can see they could not hold it down here when they got it down to the 9. They could not break the resilience. They could not break the resolve of the SoFi buyers. And now the SoFi retail market is breaking their resolve and their resistance. And you can see it happening right in front of your face. You can watch it. Watch these little buys change the price upwards. 5 shares, 10 shares, 3 shares, 2. It doesn't stop. That's what they do. That's the SoFi buying crew. Yes, indeed. Oh, oh yeah. Gonna pop in here on this, refresh the screen. I want to see the greens. Get into here on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 out of 1, 2, 3. We got a 2-to-1 green to red ratio going on right now, folks. And I'm showing it to you. Look at the gap away. Look at the gap away. Oh, yeah. And it isn't going to stop, folks. It is not going to stop. This relentless 1 and 5 and 2 share buying will keep coming. And it just is something that just can't be dampened. The desire to get in on this stock. And let's go and look at the historical data on the volume. I'm kind of curious to see what that shows. Yes, Marie. So we're going to be below yesterday's volume level. It's still achieving another higher gain today. So, man, this is a double whammy because when the volume starts to drop, it can be easier for the price to drop, but not under this circumstance. This is just phenomenally good looking. And I'm here to cheer it on and to buy more if they try to come at it. Because you know me, I will not hesitate to pull the trigger. This thing drops to 913, I'll be loading my truck. But you can forget about that, man. Just keep refreshing the screen to see how many more greens now we got. That's a nice sized candlestick right there to the green side. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Well, hopefully, again, you're able to hear this music in the background playing on my cell phone. And that song was done back in the 90s by me and my group that was at the time called No Doubt. And we were called No Doubt for a couple of years, had t-shirts and matchbooks, all kinds of stuff going on. And the next thing you know, we got a cease and desist notice from some Paltrow girl or something's band agent telling us that name was no longer available for our usage. So we changed our name then to I-52 or something, which was the warehouse number on our practice warehouse. And then we changed to Small Fortune later on. And so these are all the things that go on in the music industry. And it's never ending. Actually, after I won the money on the Wheel of Fortune, I went on over to the studios, got my songs all done and CDs cut by, like I said, the guy from Molly Hatchet who helped me. And once I was done with Brian helping me out from Molly Hatchet, I took the songs to Nashville and tried to pitch them out there and get them sold. Sold a couple. Not allowed to say which ones they are. Oh man, this looks good. Yeah, Smoke Filled Night. Bo railing on the guitar there. Oh yeah. What? Man, yes, indeed, the days of old. Wild and wacky, crazy times, and all nighters, and partying like there was no tomorrow. Lucky to still be alive. Get off, Bo. Oh, yeah. You wrap that up nicely. Man, this looks good. Sofi is on the fly. In the smoke filled bar. Lisa playing the bass for us on that song. Lisa stepped in and played for us a little. And that was Bo's woman at the time. They spent many years together. Now we're going to do a song that's kind of sad about drinking and driving. One of my close friends. The name wasn't really Johnny, but he perished in that way, and along with many others who've done that. And when he gets home, he says he's going to call. Yes, indeed. This is going to escalate here. Oh, yeah. This is setting up for a very nice close here, folks. Very close. Nice high close today. Man, look at the size of the buys. Mm. Nice bow. Pretty heavy song, I know, but Bo really does a wonderful job here. Mm. I wonder what. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. You got to have the good with the bad, don't you, folks? And that one there, just yeah, a little reminder. Stay away from the highway if you've been having a good time. So right now, hey, I want to thank you all for being here. Anthony, eventually Sofi will pop up. Yes, him agrees, and we're just seeing if anybody else had anything to say here. We're looking at this chart, just continue to see increase gains. And as I've said already, I don't see any reason for that to stop all the way up until the bell. So I'm not sure that I want to continue to do this to the bell because that's another hour and a half. But boy, does this really look strong right now at this stage of the game compared to yesterday. And we're really starting to see basically almost the same movement here, the same action, which is up, 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 up. I expect to see us maybe close at the high of 938, 949, 966. But that's probably what I'm going to do for right now. I'm going to probably call this a end of a show. It's been a long time I've been on here, but again, Catfish Tyler comes on when the price is 901, and actually, like I said, it took me a little bit longer to get booted up, but still, hopefully, you got in when I told you at 905, 906, because we're making a nice move this afternoon. And well, I do appreciate you all coming by here. And if you're still here, thank you. If you want to say farewell, I'm about to get on out of here. But yeah, time for me to grab a little something to eat and get a little something in me. So thank you very much again for coming by today. I am going to pull this down here now, and we are going to pull mine up here. Boom! And then we click on me, and shoop. All right. Well, hey, folks, I sure am glad that you come up today to check things out. I sure do appreciate it. And I put in my title, Sofi, great news, but it tumbles again. Well, that was when I started this first thing, and we might want to change that. And let's change it right